Okay, recording has already started. Please take note. Okay, so for today, we are going to talk about budgeting. So we will begin with what is a budget? What is a budget? A budget is a plan expressed in quantitative terms. What is a budget? It is a plan expressed in quantitative terms, in number format. That is the basic definition of a budget. You have a plan, have the plan expressed in numbers, there you go. It is already a budget. That's the simplest definition that I can think of. Now, we can also define budgeting as follows, or we can define the term budget as follows. A budget is an estimation of revenue and expenses. However, it may also include cash inflows and cash outflows, aside from the accrual revenue and expenses, over a specified future period. Highlight the word future. Okay? Highlight the word future. When we budget, we make a plan, and plans pertain to the future. Over a specified future period of time, usually compiled and reevaluated on a periodic basis. A budget is a plan expressed in quantitative terms. Okay? If we would like to expand what we would expect when we prepare a budget, we will create an estimation of revenue and expenses over a specified future period of time, usually compiled and reevaluated on a periodic basis. So if we are pertaining to a traditional company, it would be on an annual basis every year. This is how Investopedia defines budgeting. Now, moving on, budgets can be made for a person, personal finance, a group of people, such as a family, an association, a business, a government agency, or just about anything else that makes and spends money. So we can apply budgeting in every unit of society, person, family, or whether it be a for-profit company, a government agency, etc. We may prepare a budget. Okay? So we are going to focus on a particular type of budget. We call this the master budget. We call this the master budget. What is the master budget? It is an aggregation of all lower level budgets produced by a company's various functional areas: accounting, human resources, production, sales and marketing, etc. And also includes budgeted financial statements, a cash forecast, and a financing plan. So we are going to talk about a specific kind of budget. The most common budgeting the most common type of budget that we are going to encounter for a typical business. It is called the master budget. So what we do here is we aggregate all lower level budgets per functional area. So again, what's a functional area? Think of them as the departments in a company. So the accounting department does the accounting function. The manufacturing department does the manufacturing function. Okay? So by its various functional areas, the departments, and also includes the budgeted financial statements, cash forecast, and a financing plan. This is by accounting tools. Now, it is typically presented in either a monthly or quarterly format and usually covers an entire fiscal year. So when we prepare a budget, we do it covering one whole year, but it may be divided into months or quarters, as you will see later on. Okay? So ulitin ko. One more time. When we talk about budgets, a budget is a plan expressed in quantitative terms. Okay? Let's elaborate on that. It is an estimation of revenues and expenses over a specified future period of time, usually compiled and reevaluated on a periodic basis. Now, anything can be an object of budgeting, whether we are one person, our personal finances, or a multinational corporation. We may prepare a budget for either of them and anything in between. The type of budget that we are going to focus on is the master budget. It is the aggregation of all lower level budgets produced by a company's various functional areas: manufacturing, sales, collection, etc. And also includes budgeted financial statements, a cash forecast, and a financing plan. Okay? So typically, it should cover the entire year and then presented per month, per quarter. That's the master budget. Now, to give you a clearer picture of what we mean by the master budget, ano bang ibig sabihin ng master budget, I would like to show the following diagram. Okay? I would like to show the following diagram. Now, when we talk about the master budget, it may be divided into two. We can divide this into operating budgets and financing budgets. Okay? May nag-message pala si JC. Ito. Okay. Si Edward. Andito na? Sige. I hope naka-connect na. Okay, it's just okay. Pag-isapin na lang sa kanya. So again, the master budget is a budget that covers basically all functions of the company. We may divide this into two. Operating budgets, which is budgeting for the income statement items. So we use the accrual method here. And financing budget, which pertains to the timing of cash inflow and outflow. So the master budget covers both the operating budget and the financing budget. Now the question is, what's the difference between the two? While the operating budget budgets for income statement items, accrual accounting, we use accrual accounting. Revenues are recorded when they are earned. Expenses when they are incurred. The financing budget, on the other hand, pertains to the timing of cash inflow and outflow, ignoring the accrual basis. Okay tayo doon? So yun lang naman. That's the difference. We would see income statement items here, and the timing of cash flows will be explored in the financing budget. Okay, now who knows this? What is the first budget that we are going to prepare? What is the first budget that we are going to prepare? Anyone? What's the first budget that we are going to prepare? Okay, very good, no? It's the budget for sales. Okay, so who was able to answer that? Lois, no? Okay, so that's correct, Lois. The budget for sales will be our starting point. Before anything else, we should ask our sales or marketing department, whoever is responsible. We are going to tell our marketing department to prepare a sales forecast. Okay? So in the most realistic sense, how many units are we expected to sell for a given period? Based on the sales forecast, we may prepare a sales budget. Based on the sales forecast, we may prepare a sales budget. Okay, how do we prepare the sales budget? Paano? Well, basically, we're going to have a forecast of how many units will be sold next month, next month, etc. Once it is forecasted already, we multiply them by the sales price to be charged to our customers at those periods. So the sales budget may be simple to prepare when we are in the classroom, but it's actually harder than that. Okay? Yung sales budget na yan, i-multiply nyo lang sa price yung units to be sold. But how would you arrive at the numbers in practice? You would need forecasting techniques. That would be out of the scope of scope, no, for our lesson. So take it as it is. Start with the sales budget. You're not going to produce anything if you do not expect that it will be sold. You start with demand, and based on demand, how are you going to meet that demand? Okay. So yung current demand ba, is it worth pursuing, producing our products? Okay? Sales budget will be the starting point. Okay, from the sales budget, flows the, anyone? Ano magiging kasunod ng sales budget? After preparing a sales budget, what will come next? Anyone? Basli, expenses? Mamaya pa si expenses, no? Okay, yeah, expenses will come next. Pero to be specific, what kinds of expenses? Okay? So, binudget na natin yung mabebenta natin. Anong sunod na budget? Anong sunod na budget gagawin natin? Okay, we started with demand. The next thing that we should prepare is our supply. Okay? How much are we going to supply for this demand? So we are going to have a production budget. Alam mo na ilang units yung mabebenta mo? You have an idea on that? So the next thing to do is to budget for how many are we going to produce. Okay? That is called the production budget. You budget how many units are you going to produce. Now, the difference between the sales budget and the production budget lies on the ending finished goods and the beginning finished goods inventories. Okay? So, your sales and your production may not be the same due to the fact that you keep finished goods inventory. May mga na-produce last year, ngayon mo palang ibebenta. May mga ipoproduce ka, next year mo pa ibebenta. Nakuha nyo? Okay, ha? So, sales and production, are they always the same? Not always. Because you might have already produced last year what you will sell this year. Or you're going to produce something this year to be sold next year. Okay? If we are to budget our production, we will need to budget the things that we need for production. What are those three things? What are the three things that we need to budget for production? Okay, what are the three resources to be consumed in production? Okay. A cash? Mamaya na yung cash, no? Cash will be needed in all aspects of the business. So the cash will be prepared sa dulo na, no? So yung cash, mamaya pa tayo. Okay? So what do we need for production? Yung cash mamaya na, although we need cash, okay, anong gagawin sa cash? Okay, salary for workers, very good. Materials, okay, equipment, okay, very good. So, you know these three? Alam niyo itong tatlo? Materials purchases, labor, and manufacturing overhead budgets. Okay? These are the three costs of productions. So, tama naman, no? When we say material purchases, budget, how many materials are we going to purchase, to buy? Labor budget, how much are we going to pay for our workers? Manufacturing overhead, yung pag-operate ng equipment. Hindi yung equipment mismo, ha? Yung pag-operate ng equipment, it will consume electricity, maintenance, etc. So, we are going to budget them. Yung equipment, mamaya na, no? Dahil yung equipment, more or less, binibili lang yan, bihira. Hindi naman every year bibili ka ng bagong machine, 'di ba? Okay. So this three we will need to budget this three. Okay? So next, once you have the budget for these three, divide this by the number of units to be produced. Okay? Yung material cost, hindi yung purchase, no? Yung for production, labor for production, manufacturing overhead. Divide this by the number of units we expect to produce. We will have the cost per unit. Once you have the cost per unit, you multiply it by the sales units. You will have the budgeted cost of goods sold. You will have the budgeted cost of goods sold. Okay tayo doon? Sige. So, kunin nyo yung mga cost na to. I-divide nyo sa number of units produced. So, dito, instead of materials purchased, materials used. Labor hours to be used. Overhead expected to be used. Multiply them by the number of units sold or to be sold. That would give you budgeted cost of goods sold. And then, once you have that, you may also budget for your other expenses. Selling, general, and administrative expenses. So after dealing with the production-related cost, ito nandito, production-related, we will deal with those expenses that will be incurred by the main office, administrative, yung mga sales force, sino yung mga nagbebenta, distribution and sales, okay? Distribution and selling expenses. Okay? So anyone can tell me, what is sales minus cost of goods sold? What is sales minus cost of goods sold? Sales minus cost of goods sold? Okay, yung revenue, yung sales na yun, no? Sales revenue minus cost of goods sold. Sales revenue minus cost of goods sold. What's that? Okay, that's that's net sales, hindi ba net sales? Yung sales naka-net na yan, no? Naka-net na yung sales. Okay, nakalimutan niyo na accounting niyo? Net profit? Hindi pa net profit, no? So nakalimutan niyo ata FS analysis niyo, no? Sales minus cost of goods sold is gross profit, 'di ba? Gross profit minus selling, general, admin expenses. That will give you your operating profit. Again, sales revenue, yung net na to ha, minus cost of goods sold is gross profit, minus selling, general, admin expenses, that would give you operating profit. Okay? You may now prepare the budgeted income statement. You may now prepare a tentative budgeted income statement. Okay, yeah, that's correct. We call it gross profit. So you have your sales. Sales minus cost of goods sold is your gross profit. Gross profit minus SG&A expenses will give you operating income. Then there you go. You may now prepare a budgeted income statement. Now, basically, that is what you would find in the operating budgets. Yun yung makikita nyo sa operating budgets. In the financing budgets, what you would see will be the timing of cash flows. Inflow, outflow. Inflow, outflow. Okay ba? Sige. So, your sales revenue, eventually, it will be collected. Okay? So, hindi laging pagkabenta, nako-collect agad yung cash. Tama? So, sales is based on accrual measures. If you would like the cash measure, it will be the cash receipts budget. Okay? Adjust for the timing of cash flows. Cash receipts budget. Okay? Now, you buy materials. You pay for laborers and overhead costs. Kaya sila nagiging cost of goods sold. And then, SGA expenses, kailangan mo rin bayaran. So, if you will account for the timing of when this will be paid, you are basically preparing a cash disbursements budget pertaining to the timing of cash outflow for these operating items. No? Cash receipts, cash disbursements budget. Now, are we good? So this is an inflow. Receipts means inflow or collection. Disbursements is an outflow. We pay for this payment. Aside from those that happen in the operations, under the financing budget, you also would have to plan for your equipment, machinery purchases. Bibili ba ako ng bagong building ngayon? Bibili ba ako ng bagong machine ngayon? Okay, they will be accounted for under the capital budget. Now, itong capital budget, medyo complicated to. This will be discussed further in another topic. Okay? Anyway, you would compile all of them. Yung papasok na pera, yung lalabas na pera sa operations, yung ilalabas na pera para sa machine. Collectively, these three, you may prepare a cash budget. Okay? You may prepare a cash budget. Now, what you would see in the cash budget is a summary of the inflows and outflows. Now, if there is excess cash, we may invest them in we may temporarily invest them in marketable securities if they are temporary excess. If there is a deficiency, we may need to borrow. We may need to borrow in the short term. Okay, if there's a temporary deficiency. So temporary savings or excess, we are going to purchase marketable securities. Temporary shortage of cash, then what we're going to do will be to make a short-term borrowing. So when we combine this, and this, makikita nyo may sobrang cash na ilang buwan, may ilang buwan naman na kulang. So there will be borrowings or investment depending on whether it's excess or deficiency. So magkakaroon tayo ng interest income and interest expense. Ihabol nyo na lang sa income statement. Ihabol nyo yung interest income tsaka interest expense sa income statement. Now, basically, what we have prepared here is already a complete picture. Di ba may cash? May accounts receivable. The timing difference between sales and cash receipts, that's accounts receivable. Inventory, in finished goods, is the difference of sales and production. Then we have production and raw material purchases. Okay, the difference is due to the raw materials inventory. Accounts payable, difference between expenses in timing difference between expenses and payment. And then pwedeng may loan tayo dito, may mga marketable securities. Property, plant, and equipment will be found in the capital budget. No? Makikita niyo sa capital budget yung property, plant, and equipment. So basically, we already have a complete budgeted balance sheet. We may prepare already a budgeted balance sheet. So, income statement, balance sheet. Kapag may income statement ka, may balance sheet ka, what happens is, kaya mo nang gumawa ng budgeted statement of cash flows. I hope you're able to discuss the statement of cash flows in your basic accounting. You will start with the income statement and balance sheet. Okay, you may derive the statement of cash flow. Okay, so that you will have a concrete grasp of what I'm talking about, no? Para mas may appreciation kayo kung anong pinagsasabi ko, we are going to do an illustration. Okay? So I will give around 10 cases for this session, if time permits. And sana makakabol kayo, no? Matapos natin yung 10. Okay, start. Case 1. Modesto Company produces and sells product Alpha B. To guard against stockouts, the company requires that 20% of the next month's sales be on hand at the end of each month. Budgeted sales of product Alpha B over the next 4 months are June, July, August, and September. Budgeted sales in units. Okay? Ayan. So, namnamin nyo ha kung ano nakikita nyo dyan. So, these are the budgeted sales units. Okay, so the question is, the budgeted production for August would be. Okay, does anyone know what is happening here? We are given a sales budget. Yun talaga yung starting point. Okay, we are given a sales budget. We are asked to prepare how many units are expected to be produced for the month of August. Okay? So you have your sales here. Gawan nyo naman ng production budget. Okay? Gawan nyo ng production budget. So, production for August. So let us begin with the sales. So let me redo this. Sales budget in units. June, July, August, and September, given 30,000, 40,000, 60,000, and 50,000. Okay? Next. The requirement is that whatever we produce, we should keep in mind that 20% of the next month's sales should be on hand. So, are we going to produce 30,000 on June? Hindi lang yan. Ang kailangan nyong i-produce would be plus, no? Add 20% of July. Sa July naman, kailangan nyong i-produce ito, tapos 20% ng August. The company requires that 20% of the next month's sales be on hand at the end of each month. For August, you need to produce 60,000 plus 20% of September sales. Again, last, the company requires that 20% of the next month's sales be on hand at the end of each month. So aside from the sales, we have to budget for the ending finished goods inventory. In June, that's 20% of July sales, 40,000 times 20%, 8K. In July, 20% of August, 12K. In September, 20%, in August, 20% of September, 50K times 20% is 10,000. Okay? So ano yung kailangan nyong i-produce? Bukod sa kung ano yung ibebenta nyo, ipoproduce nyo rin yung mga units na kakailanganin nyong ihanda para sa next month. Yung patakaran ng company, 20% ng next month sales, dapat hinanda nyo na rin. Okay? Sige. Now, hindi nyo na kailangan i-produce kapag meron pa kayong beginning inventory. So, for September, we cannot determine the ending finished goods here because walang data for October. But you have to understand for the beginning finished goods inventory, it will be the ending of last period. Example, in July, you have to produce 40K plus 12K minus 8K. Bakit minus 8K? Dahil yung 8,000, kinandaan na yan last day of June. No need to produce them in July. So, 12K produced in July, no need to produce in August. And 10K produced in August, no need to produce in September. So, add budgeted ending finished goods inventory, deduct budgeted beginning finished goods. Then there you go. We can only answer this requirement for July and August. July, 40K plus 12K minus 8K, 44,000. The budgeted units to be produced. August, 60K plus 10K minus 12K, 58K. Okay? So we are looking for the production for August, 58,000. The correct answer is 58,000 pesos. Sir, what do you mean by timing? Hindi ba pag binenta nyo yung isang bagay, it doesn't follow na na-collect nyo na yung pera? Pwedeng accounts receivable pa. So there's a timing difference between when you sold an item and the collection of cash. Okay? That's what I mean by timing. Sir, is the ending finished goods given ba? No. It is 20% of the next month's sales. Nakuha nyo? So, kunyari sa June, 20% of 40,000. Next month is July. 40,000, 20%. Okay, that would be 8,000, tama? August, 60,000. So, sa July, yung ending FG niya, 12K. Sa September, 20% of 50K. Ending ng August would be 10K. Nakuha nyo? Sige, you may, I'm ready for your reactions, no? Alin dito yung medyo mahirap? Okay, nag-gets naman ni Joseph, no? Sige. Sir, if ever po, paano kung sales price yung binigay? Yung sales price hindi niya pa kailangan. No. Hindi pwede, no? You really have to determine the units. Kung binigay yung price, tas binigay yung total revenue divided by price, yun na yan, no? That will be your sales units. Oo. Kung may binigay man na price, i-divide nyo revenue divided by price, no? That would be sales in units. Sige. Okay. So together, we are going to answer this next question. I will give you 4 minutes. Production for the third quarter. Scheduled production for the third quarter. This is a very similar problem to case 1. Okay? So after 4 minutes, I will say go. When I say go or answer, okay, you post your answer in the chat box. Sabay-sabay tayo ha, para walang kopyahan. Okay lang? Sige. Kasi napaka-messy naman kapag we're going to use audio, no? It wouldn't be audible. Anyway, so yeah, no? You have 4 minutes to answer the requirement here. Go. Okay, ready? Please type your answers. Okay, enter. Enter now. Okay, everyone, enter your answers. Okay, game. The Waverly Company has budgeted sales for next year as follows. So you have your first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarter sales. The ending inventory of finished goods for each quarter should equal 25% of the next quarter's budgeted sales in units. The finished goods inventory at the start of the year is 3,000 units. Scheduled production for the third quarter should be. So we will start with the sales units. These are all given. 12K, 14K, 18K, 16K. Focus on third quarter. Now, what we need to produce should include 25% of the next quarter sales. So 25% of 14K should be prepared by the first quarter, 3.5. 25% of 18K by second quarter, 4.5. 25% of 16K by third quarter, 4,000. This is your budgeted ending finished goods. Now, if you still have something in your beginning finished goods, you do not need to produce it anymore. So, kunyari, sa second quarter, nung nag-end yung first quarter, may 3.5. Sa beginning ng second quarter, may 3.5. No? So, end ng first quarter, yun yung beginning ng second quarter. So, sa second quarter, hindi nyo na kailangan mag-produce ng 3.5. Sa third quarter, hindi na kailangan yung 4.5. Sa fourth quarter, hindi na kailangan yung 4,000. Okay, binigay naman the finished goods inventory at the start of the year is 3,000. So you can calculate for the first quarter. So just plus and minus. For third quarter, it would be 18K plus 4K minus 5K, 17,500. This is the correct answer. Okay lang? So mukhang nagets nyo naman, no? Mukhang nagets nyo naman. So that would be 17,500. 17,500. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, clear daw. Clear na daw, sabi ni Basti. Okay, how about the rest? Okay, so we have just touched only one line, no? The link between sales and production budget. So I'm taking this one step at a time, no? One step at a time. Sales to production budget. Now, you're going to produce based on what you can sell, adjusted for the finished goods inventory, as you have seen in our calculation. Yung mabebenta mo ngayong taon, or ngayong buwan, or ngayong quarter, it should include, just add what you want to put in your ending finished goods, and no need to produce if it is already in your beginning finished goods. Nakuha nyo? Now, for production budget, doon nakadepende rin kung ilang materials yung bibilhin sa period na to. You base on your production budget how much materials you're going to purchase in the year. Okay? You're going to base on your production budget the materials that you're going to purchase. And then you're also going to base on production your labor and overhead. More on that later. So ito muna, no? Production to material purchase budget. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to answer the following. Okay? Let's go to case 3. The Tobler Company. So I will give you 3 minutes. I will give you 3 minutes to answer case 3. The Tobler company has budgeted production for next year as follows. First, second, third, and fourth quarter. 4 pounds of raw materials are required for each unit produced. Raw materials on hand at the start of the year total 4,000 pounds. Raw materials inventory at the end of each quarter should equal 10% of next quarter's production needs. Budgeted purchases of raw materials in the third quarter would be. Okay? So use your logic, no? Use your logic on how to answer this. So far, binigyan ko kayo ng idea, no? Kung paano yung mga i-fulfill nyo yung 10% requirement of next month's production. Something similar a while ago. Okay? So I'll give you 3 minutes and just try answering. I do not expect that you'll get this correctly the first time. Okay? Sige, go. Okay? Sige ha. So, on your mark, start typing. Okay, enter. Go. Okay, paiba-iba yung mga sagot natin. It's okay, no? It's okay. I do not expect that you will get this immediately the first time. Okay? So, as I have told you already, sales to production budget, we are already good. Now, you base on production your material purchases. You base on production your material purchases. So what we have here is that the production is already given. Production is given. So we will begin with that information. Okay? Budgeted production units. 10,000, 12,000, 16, and 14K respectively. Now the question is, how many units do we need? How many units of raw materials do we need per unit of finished good? We need 4 pounds of materials for each unit produced. So in first quarter, in order to produce 10,000, you need 4 pounds each unit, 40,000 pounds of raw materials. Sana nakuha nyo, ha? You will need 40,000 pounds of raw materials. So that's 10,000 times 4, your raw material per production unit. That would be 40,000. In second quarter, it's 12,000 times 4, 48,000. Third quarter, that's 16,000 times 4, 64,000. And fourth quarter, 14,000 times 4, 56,000 pounds. Okay? Now, this will be the raw materials that you will use for each quarter. Yan yung raw materials na kakailanganin nyo for each quarter. Now, how much are you going to produce? How many are you going to purchase rather? You should purchase what you will need for the quarter plus 10% of next quarter's needs. The raw materials inventory at the end of each quarter should equal 10% of the next quarter's production needs. So for the first quarter, you should add 10% of 48K for 8. Second quarter, add 10% of 64K 64. And third quarter, add 10% of 56K 56. Okay? And just like the reasoning a while ago, if you have this in your ending RM, that will be next quarter's beginning. Raw materials on hand at the start of the year total 4,000 pounds. So minus 4,000 in the first quarter, minus 4,800 in the second quarter, minus 6,400 in the third quarter, and minus 5,600 in the fourth quarter. Okay? So, let's just do the math. Now, in doing the math, we have the following for third quarter. 64,000. Produce an additional 5,600. No need to produce 6,400 because 6,400 is already prepared last quarter. 64K plus 5,600 minus 6,400, that's 63,200. Okay, may nakita akong sumagot ng tama nito, no? Okay, 63,200. Nakadalawa, no? At least 2 of you were able to answer it correctly. Kent and Eshil. Okay, Kent and Eshil got it correctly. Okay lang? So, okay lang yun, no? First time lang to, no? So, you need to have an eye for the details. No? So, ilang pounds ba kailangan per unit? Okay, in-assume ng iba, 1 unit, 1 pound. Hindi naman ganun, no? You would need 63,200 pounds. Multiply this by 4. Okay? Sige. Similar problem. Case 4. Similar problem for case 4. I will give you another 3 minutes. I will give you another 3 minutes. Go. Okay, ready? Okay, go. Enter. Enter now. Enter now. Okay, so you have here Yum Dairy Corporation manufactures carrot flavored ice cream. Yum's production budget indicated the following units to be produced for the upcoming months. You have January, February, March. 4 ounces of carrots are needed for each gallon of ice cream. Yum also likes to have enough carrots on hand to cover 5% of the next month's production needs for carrots. How many ounces of carrots should Yum plan on purchasing during the month of February? So we have to produce the following: 100,000 in January, 120,000 in February, 150,000 in March. Then know how many ounces of carrots do we need? 4 ounces per unit of ice cream. No? For every ice cream unit, we need 4 ounces of carrots. So that would be 400K January, 480K February, and 600K in March. We need to purchase additional 5% of next month's production requirement. So in January, aside from the 400,000 that we are going to use, we're also going to add 5% of 480K in our purchases. In February, 5% of 600K in our purchases. So 1 month's ending is the next month's beginning. So for the month of February, we have 24K beginning RM, end of January. And then for the month of March, that's 30K. Okay, beginning of February. So for February, this is what we need to purchase: 486,000 ounces of carrots. So very good. Almost everyone were able to answer it correctly. 486,000 ounces of carrots. Excuse me. Okay. 486,000 ounces of carrots. Very good. Okay. Now, as for labor, balik tayo dito. As for labor, it is simple kasi wala namang inventory yung labor, no? Mas madaling i-budget yung labor. Pero yung gagawin natin ngayon, bukod sa budgeting ng ilang labor hours, ibabudget na rin natin yung cost. Doon kasi sa raw materials example natin, hindi tayo nag-budget ng cost, no? Nag-budget lang tayo ng ilang piraso, ilang ounce, ilang pounds, pero hindi natin sinabi magkano. Okay? So for production budget, that would be your starting point. You can use this as your basis for materials purchase, labor, and manufacturing overhead. So let's try something related to labor. Okay? I'm going to do something here related to labor. So case 5, Brewmeat Corporation. I will give you 3 minutes. Go! Okay, I think this one is an easy one. Brewmeat Corporation is working on its direct labor budget for the next 2 months. Each unit of output requires 0.05 direct labor hours. The direct labor rate is $7.50 per direct labor hour. The production budget calls for producing 9,100 units in May, 8,800 units in June. If the direct labor workforce is fully adjusted to the total direct labor hours needed each month, what would be the total combined direct labor cost for the 2 months? Enter. All answers in, please. Okay, total ng dalawa ha. Total dapat ng dalawa. Again, we need total ng dalawa, no? The total of the two. So, for the month of May, we are to produce 9,100. June, 8,800. Okay? For every unit of production, we need 0.05 direct labor hours. Each unit requires 0.05 hours direct labor. And there you go. So for 9.1, that's 455. For 8.8, that's 440. Okay? So the cost of each hour is 750. So multiply 750 by this budgeted direct labor hours. 455 times 750 is 341,250. 440 times 750 is 3,300. When you combine the two, that's a total of 6,712.50. Okay, so far marami naman yung tumama. No? As simple as that for direct labor budgets. 6,712.5. Okay? I expect this time that everybody will get this correctly. Please answer everyone. Case 6. Okay? Case 6. Please answer everyone. Go. Okay, this is easier. So what's your answer? Enter. Go. Okay, so you start with production. No need to start from sales because the production units are already given. Accordingly, for this month of May, the production units is 16,000, expected to be 16,000. Just multiply this by the number of hours required for each unit. That's 0.75 of 1 hour per unit. So you will need a total of 12,000 direct labor hours. Each direct labor hour costs $6.50, giving you $78,000. So very good, everyone who answered got it correctly. The direct labor cost for the month of May is expected to be $78,000. Okay, so I think you're getting used to it already. So this time, lalaktaw tayo, no? So let's forget about manufacturing overhead budget for a while. It will be very similar to labor. Okay, it will be very similar to labor. Once you're able to arrive at the unit cost for every unit of product, you may multiply it by the number of units to be sold to arrive at the budgeted cost of goods sold. So sales units times the cost per unit, as summarized here, will give you the budgeted cost of goods sold. Anyway, so aside from that, there may be selling, general, and admin expenses, which you may refer to sales, okay, as the basis. May mga commission kasi yan, no? Kung may mga commission, pambayad ng salesperson, may variable portion bukod sa fixed. And then, remember that at the end of the day, your production costs as well as your selling, general, and admin expenses, they would be translated into a cash disbursement. Magiging cash outflow. Magbabayad tayo ng cash someday. Minsan, yung timing ng pag-incur ng cost tsaka yung pagbayad ng cash, hindi sumasabay. Okay? Minsan, hindi sila sumasabay. Pero, kung hindi man sila sumasabay, may timing difference lang. Anyway, so they will become cash disbursements. No? So, yun muna yung gusto kong i-explore natin. No? Yun muna yung gusto kong i-explore natin. Yung selling, general, and admin expenses, paano nyo i-calculate to? Tapos, anong portion nun yung magiging literal na cash disbursement? Magbabayad ka talaga. Anyway, I want you to figure it out on your own first. So, let us answer the next question. Okay, please do it on your own first. I will give you 4 minutes for this one. I will give you 4 minutes for this one. Go. Okay. Enter, please. Please enter your answers. Everyone. Enter your answers, everyone. Okay, try nyo lang, no? Okay, very good. Joshua, my answer. Lois, my answer. Hailey. Okay, try nyo lang, no? So, Ropes Incorporated bases its selling and administrative expense budget on budgeted unit sales. The sales budget shows 7,800 units are planned to be sold in April. Variable selling and admin expenses is 3,200 per unit. The budgeted fixed selling and admin expense is 95,160 per month, which includes depreciation 9,360 per month. The remainder of the fixed selling and admin expense represents current cash flow. The cash disbursements for selling and admin expenses on the April selling and admin expense budget should be, okay, kunin muna natin yung selling general and administrative expense budget. Ito muna, no? Yung budget ng selling general and administrative expense. So there is a variable portion, 320 per unit. Variable selling general admin, 320 times 7,800 units. The total budgeted variable selling general admin is 24,960. Then, yung fixed portion, the budgeted fixed selling general admin expense is 95,160. Ito yung fixed, ito yung variable, ito yung fixed. If you add the two, you will have the following budgeted total, 120,120. So if the question is, how much is April's selling and admin expense budget? 120,120. 120,120. Ngayon, hindi yun yung tanong. The question is the cash disbursement for selling and admin expense. So if you're going to look at this, we can divide this into the portion that will be paid in cash and the portion that will be a non-cash expense. Alam nyo naman yung depreciation. Sa basic accounting, tinuro sa atin yung depreciation. Yan yung ina-allocate mo lang yung cost ng machine. Kunyari, bumili ka ng 10,000 peso machine. Gagamitin mo siya ng 10 years. So every year, yung binayad mo na ng machine na 10,000, magde-declare ka ng depreciation expense 1,000. 1,000, no? 10K divided by 1. So I hope malinaw sa inyo yung depreciation expense. Kung hindi malinaw, sabihin nyo lang sa akin. Anyway, so hindi kasama ang depreciation expense sa cash outflow, 9,360. This is a non-cash expense. So 120, 120 minus 9,360, 110,760. 110,760. Okay? So what do you need to do? First, you should determine the selling general and admin expense budget. Dalawa yung SGA, yung variable, nakadepende sa sales, tsaka yung fixed, na fixed lang siya, 95,160. So 320 per unit times 7,8, that's 24,960. Plus the fixed portion of 95,160, that's 120,120. Okay? We divide these two, cash expense and those non-cash expense. Depreciation is only an allocation of the cost of the machine. Bumili ka ng 10,000 pesos na machine, gagamitin mo ng 10 taon. Every year, i-assume mo na may expense ka na 1,000 dahil kinakain mo yung machine. Pero hindi ka magbabayad ng cash. Okay? Dahil bayad na yan. So there's no cash for 9,360, no outflow. So this minus this is 110,760. 120, 120 minus 9,360 is 110,760. Okay? Since we are short of time, one last problem, no? Okay na rin, no? My budget is 10 problems, pero naka-8 naman tayo, which is already a good thing. So I will give you 2 minutes for this one. I will give you 2 minutes for this one. Go. Okay. Please enter your answers. The selling and administrative expense budget for Spurlock Corporation is based on budgeted unit sales, which are 63 units for February. The variable selling and admin expense is 930 per unit. Budgeted fixed selling and admin expense is 118,440 per month, which includes depreciation of 19,530. The remainder of the fixed selling and admin expenses represent current cash flows. The cash disbursements for selling and admin expense on the February selling and admin expense budget should be April, the variable portion is 930 times 63, giving you a total budgeted variable selling general admin 58,590. Add the fixed selling and admin expense 118,440. The total budgeted selling general admin expense is 177,030. Okay, yan yung selling general admin expense. Alin dyan yung magiging cash outflow? So, wag nyo lang isama yung depreciation na 19,530, 177,030 minus 19,530. That would give you 157,500. So, very good. That's the correct answer. 157,500. And marami sa inyo nakakuha. Okay? So, that would be, we will end here. And we will just continue next meeting. We will just continue next meeting. So please turn on your cameras for the attendance. Okay, this will be just very quick. This will be very quick. Okay, Emerick, Sira. Okay, that's noted. So please turn on your cameras and then okay na tayo. No? Stephen ulit. Okay. Si Stephen iba. Kian. Okay, wait. Sige. Si Kian. Wait lang ha. Nangyari sa view na to. Okay, yan yung maximum. Okay na? Sige. Emerick, okay na to. Sige, okay na. I can see everyone already. Okay na? Sige. Okay na yan, Kian. Sige. So, see you next meeting. We will continue with this discussion.